This is lesson 38, graphing piecewise functions. So in a piecewise function we've got constraints, and our constraints tell us where we are, where our x values can be. So this constraint is talking about x values that are greater than or equal to 2. So just on the x-axis, x values that are greater than or equal to 2 would be everything to the right of that, right? Or if we graphed it on the x and y, it would be everything to the right of this. So that's what we're going to do, but we want this equation here, which is f of x equals 2x plus 3, but we're only going to put in the graph that's to the right of that line, because we only want x values that are greater than or equal to 2. So what can we do? We can graph this line, f of x equals 2x plus 3, so it's got a y-intercept of 3. And it's got a slope of 2, so we're going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. But we only want, again, the x values that are greater than or equal to 2. So I'm going to erase these first 2 points. And because we've got an equal sign there with our inequality, I'm going to put a closed circle here, and we'll draw our line. And now this second graph, or the second equation, f of x equals negative x minus 3, for our constraint here is x values that are less than 2. So everything that's over here will be our red graph. So our y-intercept is negative 3. So we'll plot negative 3. And our slope is negative 1. So we're going to go down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Now when we hit 2, because we want to be less than 2, we're going to use an open circle here. So I've got an open circle. And then we're not going to go to the right anymore, because we just want x values that are less than 2. So we make a couple points, draw our line, and that's our equation. Our next example, can we write this equation when we're just given a graph? So f of x equals, and now our constraint for our green line looks like we are x values that are less than 2. So x values that are less than 2. We don't have an equal sign because it's an open circle. And we can see that our y-intercept is 3. And our slope looks like we're going down 1 and over 2. So our slope is negative 1/2. So that's the equation, negative 1/2 x plus 3. And our constraint is for x values that are less than 2. Our red equation, a little bit harder to tell. We can see our slope right off the bat. Our slope looks like, well, here's a point here, and another point there, and another point here, so we're going up 2 over 1, so our slope is 2. But it's harder to tell what our y-intercept is. We see a closed circle at 2, and we're moving to the right, so it's greater than or equal to 2 is our constraint. And now if we're going to go up 2 over 1, we could say, well, I'd have a point here, and I'd have a point here, so that means that our y-intercept is negative 7. Now those aren't actually points, just showing us how we'd get to our y-intercept right there by going up 2 over 1. So our equation would be 2x minus 7 for x values that are greater than or equal to 2. And our homework is 38 and 39.